far from hanging on the block for dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me.
We're here with Joanne Brooks for the Memorial Invitational at Kinross. How are you today, Joanne?
Great. Great.
The Invitational, can you give us a little bit of a background on it?
The Invitational here was started 11 years ago. It was done in memory of Randy DeWitt, who was part of the group that built and set up the track originally here in Kinross. And we as Easy Express would come just to watch the racing, and it sort of started from there. We got onto one car and helped just sponsor tires and fuel, and that was the extent of what we did. And then the next year Ted wanted to be a little more competitive, so we helped him out some more, and then by year 3 we brought in Chris Furkey with another race car, more engines, and a couple of years later Rick Ellis decided he wanted to he was retiring. He was selling his car and he was retiring. And Ted said, "Are you sure you really want to hang up that helmet?" "Yep, Ted, I'm retiring." So about 6 months later, Rick Ellis called and said, "I kind of changed my mind. Does the offer still stand?" And so that's how we got into a modified. And so we had 2 late models, the mod, and then Cody McLean we had sponsored for years in each of his divisions. And Ted had teased him, "If you win the factory stock championship at Laird, I'll buy you a modified." And he won it. And Ted walked over to him that night and said, "You better start going looking for a mod, bud." And then Dennis came on that same year with us as well. And we've had great success with all of them, but it's not the success on the track, it's what we do as a family. And so this has always been an important event for us. This is sort of how we got into racing. So it's been it's emotional, it's a lot of fun. But having now making it into Ted and Randy, he would be extremely humbled, because that isn't something he's all about, but he deserves it.
He was never that way.
Never.
But like we were just talking, like say before we started, is being cloudy. Now the skies are breaking up. I say
skies are breaking up.
The big man up there must be helping us out.
Yes, I think he's up there helping us out a little bit. We've all done some sun dances and things like that. And we used to laugh, and on times when we didn't want to race, we'd have people doing rain dances because we had other things that had to get done. But I think everybody's been doing sun dances, so no, there is a little bit of sun out there.
And like with Ted, honestly, I knew Ted is, if he was here, what would he say with over 90 cars this year?
He would be thrilled, absolutely thrilled. We've been here when we've only had 40 cars in the beginning, so anything over 50, he would be ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. He would be so very proud of Jerry. That
and for what Kinross and the Foxes and
everybody has done. You know what? Everybody has to give a little to keep the sport alive, and which is what he would do, and this is what they've done. And they've had, the Fox boys have, they take a lot on their back to be able to do this, but it's all done by volunteer. And this track has always been done via volunteer. So it's because we love the sport.
And that's the biggest thing you say, not just like the Easy Racing family, but the racing community overall.
Absolutely.
If a guy's missing a part or something's wrong, they share, right?
Everybody shares everything. We didn't have enough pit slabs for all 86 cars, of course. We have drivers that have come from Detroit area down here, and a regular Kinross driver that was in line in time, had a pit slab, gave up that pit slab to the guy that came all that way.
And you don't see that in most sports.
It's unheard of, it's an extremely emotional sport on the track, and off the track it is the same it's emotional as well, but a different kind of emotion, because off the track you get to congratulate everybody. Hey, great race, thanks for everything. There's nothing anybody wouldn't do for anybody in the pits.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what class, what anything. Everybody is out here to help everybody. and we still have cars pulling in.
And that's exactly it. And we're sitting at 1:45.
1:45, and time trials start at 1:30.
Yeah.
And there's cars still pulling in.
And they're excited as ever over there.
Exactly. And you know what? This is fabulous.
Yeah, like
we couldn't have asked for any better.
Little chaos, or we think it's chaos in there, but they understand.
They understand it. They have it all figured out, you know. And I've walked around this track many a times, and I did my little tour this morning, and it just blows me away. Everybody's happy. There's nobody unhappy in those pits right now. You know what? They're here doing what they love to do.
Some wearing rubber boots with the mud. But
Absolute.
It's not phasing them.
It's not phasing them in the least.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother them.
Well, thank you very much, Joanne.
Thank you very much.